Me, that's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him, but just shy of the midfield stripe.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Steelers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
He'll let it fly for Austin. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Wilson. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
14, buddy.
Now Wilson. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Najee Harris from 13 yards out. And the Steelers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. That's two really excellent drives for them to start this ballgame, both ending with touchdown passes.
In big picture, they look great, don't they? Like a well-oiled machine right now. But let's down focus a little bit and talk about the guy calling the signals and throwing the passes. He is playing with precision right now, scanning the field and making excellent throws.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Breaks through the contact. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Browns drive about to get started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
T.J. Watt, the all-pro, in there to take him down. Well, when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are...
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Here's Austin. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Now a first down carry for Harris.
And good penetration here. They'll get this down, only go about the 49-yard line. They go play action with Wilson.
An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
To throw is Wilson. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 29-yard line.
Here's Wilson.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Steelers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything.
There he goes, right side.
Big strides, look at him go.
And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland.
David Njoku, 71 yards. And the Browns get a bit closer. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake,
touchdown! Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes.
Boswell for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Watson. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
64! 59!
Here's Watson. Flush to his right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Again, it's Watson. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. After the interception, here's Wilson. Past the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. George Pickens. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Strong loses it on the hit. And it looks like the defense has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Throwing is Wilson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Here's Wilson to throw. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. Calvin Austin, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. Boswell good with the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Well, now how about this return? And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get it to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams,
14.
when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Good job right there. Good job right there.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
After the interception, here's Watson. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Elijah Moore, 39 yards. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Hopkins with the down a bit to 28. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Just keeping the play alive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Complete to Austin here over the middle. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30, up to the 33. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Here's Wilson.
That is caught. He's got a first and maybe more.
And all the way down to the 7-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To throw again is Wilson. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal. Now Wilson.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
The Browns take over 1st and 10. Get the boys down, he's coming. 24!
Watson now to throw. He's got him in. Complete.
Still going inside the 20.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Elijah Moore.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one. Up to about the 35-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. A handoff for Warren. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Now Wilson. Steps away to his left. He's got it to Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
Again, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Wilson. Flushed out right.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Jalen Warren
From a yard out.
And the Steelers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. Wilson going to throw for it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that 1-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
1 play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Watson. toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And the Browns, first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
From the gun, here's Watson. Buying time to his left. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
On the pickup. Second and 6.
Watson. This will be caught. Judy. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
That's good for another Cleveland Browns.
Now Watson. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
At the Steelers' 14-yard line.
Here's Watson. They'll roll him out right. Did he get the feet down? Yes. Touchdown. David Njoku, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns them there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
George Pickens.
74 yards.
And the Steelers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. And that last touchdown pass not only put 6 points on the board, it also puts his name into the record books for the most touchdown passes in a single game.
Extra point now by Boswell.
Oh, this will frustrate a coach right here. The flag is out before they get off the extra point, and this is going to be a delay of game. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Makes the score Steelers 57, Browns 28. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Out of the gun, Watson. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. To throw is Watson. Being chased out left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
59.
A shotgun snap for Watson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it. And oftentimes...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
Let's go double count right here. Good job right there. Good job right there. Gotta go in and out. Let's go. Hey, alert.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Forced out to his left. Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Wilson will throw again. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Cameron Sutton.
Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
2nd down and 6 now.
Wilson wants to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Wilson. Flush to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will extend their lead even further.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were.